How do you respond when someone you care about consistently mistreats you over and over again? That's our topic today on The Beat. Hey, what's up everybody? My name is Alan Parr. Thank you all so much for visiting my channel. Here on The Beat, we release a new video every single Tuesday. And today we are answering the question, what do you do? How should you respond when somebody close to you consistently mistreats you over and over again, whether it may be at work or at church or maybe even in your own home? In Romans chapter 12, Paul gives us 6 clear steps on how to handle mistreatment. Number 1, speak well of them and do not curse them. Paul says to bless those who persecute you and do not curse them. So as difficult as it is, try to find something positive that you can say about them, pray for them, wish the best for them, and at the same time resist the temptation to ruin their reputation, slander them, gossip them, and say something negative about them. Number 2, set an example for others to follow. Paul says here to be careful to do what is right in the sight of everyone. So the idea here is that when you and I are being mistreated and we respond by taking the high road and consistently seek the good of the other person, we are setting an example of tremendous Christian character for other people to follow. Number 3 is a difficult one, and that is to initiate peace. Paul says, if it is possible, implying that in some situations it's not, as far as it depends on you, meaning you can't control the other person, live at peace with everyone. And so the idea here is that even if the person you are in conflict with is wrong, God still calls us to be peacemakers and to do everything we can to initiate and seek the peace so that if the relationship does not work, you can at least look back and say, God, I did everything in my part to seek reconciliation. Number 4, leave room for God. Notice Paul says here, do not take revenge, but leave room for God's wrath. I believe that this verse implies that whenever we seek to get even ourselves, God takes his hands off of it and says, okay, if you think that you can handle this person better than I can, then you handle it. Instead, he is challenging us to take our hands off of it because he clearly says that revenge does not belong to you, it belongs to me. And so in doing so, we are leaving room for God's wrath and trusting by faith that no mistreatment and no injustice escapes God's view and that God can handle this person much better than we can. Number 5, do something good for them. Paul says, on the contrary, when your enemy is hungry, feed him, and in doing so, you will heap hot coals on their head. When you do something good for somebody who doesn't deserve it, oftentimes your good actions will cause them to feel convicted and ashamed because they'll naturally compare their mistreatment of you to your good actions, forcing them to come face to face with their own behavior. Number 6, do not allow someone else to change your character. Paul says, do not be overcome by evil, but overcome evil with good. In other words, be careful not to allow someone else's evil, negative mistreatment of you turn you into an evil person, all because you want to get revenge. Because in doing so, not only are you stooping to their level and becoming evil like them, you are also giving somebody else control over your own emotions. So guys, you may be in a very difficult situation right now, whether it may be at work or at church or maybe even in your own home. So I want to encourage you today to consistently do what God is requiring of you and to trust God's word because it works. And by faith, resist the urge to get even, trusting that in God's timing, he will not only bless you, but he will also deal with the person who is mistreating you. If you know somebody that's in a difficult situation, feel free to pass this video along to them. Also, if you haven't done so already, I would love it if you would head over to my YouTube channel and subscribe. Check out some of the other videos while you're there. Hey, thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you next time on The Beat.